All right, my dude. Well, thank you, everyone. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Tuning into the first ever Rally in the Valley podcast. I'm here with my good friend and partner in crime, Oscar Rios.
Hey, what's up, John? Michael, what's going on?
Nothing much, brother. Nothing much. Just excited to get this kicked off. We got our two people in the back, Jennifer Nishimoto with us, and Alejandro, who's here helping us with everything that's going to go down today. So, Oscar, let's talk about how we got started, dude. Let's get people informed on what Rally in the Valley is and how it all began.
Well, thanks, John. It was, and thanks, Jennifer, and thanks, Alejandro. It all started just by someone asking, hey, you want to teach some robotics to some students? Thrown into in a closet with a bunch of brand new robots. And I said, all right, let's do it. And my heart hurt seeing boxes of unopened Lego, and we just started building robots, having after-school clubs, and that was it. But dude, I didn't know what I was doing.
He's being bashful, but to be honest, for some of us, it's really daunting to get into robotics as an educator, being brought on from your principal or your head of staff and saying, hey, would you be willing to start a robotics team? And just not knowing where to get you started in that.
Right.
So how do you feel like that is essentially what got me to know you, and it's what got me going with robotics, was that I was a little bit cocky about it, and I was like, yeah, they can't afford it, there's no budget for it, so yeah, I could teach robotics. And then lo and behold, the next month I got stuck with me. 20 kits of robotics and nowhere to go, and the only person I could find in the valley that had any sort of experience or who had started something was you.
Right.
And that's a little bit of how we ended up meeting each other and getting started.
What's that been, 8 years now?
8 years, I think, something like that.
Wow. And yeah, with the people who was at the school I was at, it just kind of started out as doing robotics, and then I decided to go back to school. Ended up being my master's project, and here we are today now, man.
Rally in the Valley was born.
Rally in the Valley was born. We started out with one school. It was one school. Then the second year came along, and it was 3 schools. Third year came around, we ended up with 7 schools. By the 6th year, we were at almost 25 schools.
Yeah, by the time I joined, we were definitely around 26 schools. I think was our 26 or less. No, it was it was in the 20s. It was high 20s.
Yeah, but I mean,
don't quote me, but it was it was something there. Right. It was something there.
But it just started out just messing with robots, man. That's all it was. And then I didn't know anything about it. I mean, I knew how to tinker, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
And
I think that as Rally in the Valley progresses, and our goal with this podcast, with this video, is to not only have something to talk about on education-wise for robotics and what's going on, what's out there, but also to inspire those who are lost to reach out, go to our website, check us out, take the time to get to know us, and we'll help you. That's what we want to do.
Right, and it's not that hard. I mean, honestly,
It's not. To this day, I still don't know half the stuff I teach, but it's amazing.
Right.
I mean, it's 90% the kids tinkering, trying, and the rest is really just being there and giving them the space
and then
to learn.
Right, and then actually letting them research stuff online and go look at other YouTube videos on how to program and teach them the little ins and outs and just kind of keep them engaged. That's what it all about. And then, no offense, but any teacher can do it. Just gotta be ready to do it.
I think as a coach, the biggest hurdle, at least for me, was to get out of that thought of, oh man, I don't know the stuff. I don't know everything enough to teach the material. But really what it came down to was these kids are so hungry to learn and have the opportunity to learn the material that you end up learning from them and learning with them.
Right.
And it's such a great experience. And then look at me now. How many years? 8 years later, here we are.
Right.
And I'm a seasoned coach. But it was one of those things that if I wouldn't have taken that first step and just reaching out and finding some sort of mentor, in this case you, I don't think it would have happened. I think I would have had to step down.
It's funny you say it as a mentor. I don't even look at it like that, man. It was just kind of like one of those things that just kind of, it just happened. And I'm like, next thing you know, we have people saying, hey, you started this. And I'm like, yeah, but it didn't want it. It wasn't like the purpose. It was just, okay, let's get access to students to be able to play with robots
and give them a chance.
And give them a chance. Yeah, and then that's what it ended up turning into. And then, I mean, I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, and then just to see the look on their faces when they figure
Oh,
stuff out.
priceless.
And I mean, get a little nerdy with stuff, and and they catch you off guard from time to time.
I would be lying if I didn't say coaches are competitive more than students at times. There's a certain level of our school made it here, and we did this, and we showed up for this event, and we conquered.
Right.
Which is a great feeling. Like any other sport, you just have that feeling of, okay, we can do this. Our kids showed up, and
right. And I like it too, because I mean, you got those kids who are not all into sports, and this is their sport.
Here I am.
Yeah, and this is their sport to on that level. So not everybody's going to be playing basketball or whatever, but these are the kids now who can show their skills with computers and with robots and with stuff like that. And
absolutely.
And it's a level playing field for some of those kids who just are not on the athletic side. Not to be mean.
No, absolutely. Look at this. I didn't get this way by being on the athletic side. So thank God for robotics.
Right. And you know what? I mean, it evolved to what it is now, and I totally dig it when the kids are, really getting into it and then showing me a thing or two. Right. And then with all the new stuff that's coming out,
constantly. I mean, there is going to be so much to talk about on this podcast for you guys that are tuning in, just because there's so much new material coming out constantly, and just being able to say, hey, this is what I want to go with.
Right.
I think from Rally in the Valley, one of the things that evolves us and sets us apart from other competitions is the versatility and openness that we have to using different robots in our competitions and making that available and accessible to the students and the schools competing. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, you know what? When we originally started, it was just one type of robot.
Right, the EV3 Mindstorms, correct?
No, it was the NXT Mindstorms.
See, woo!
That's one before that. Yeah.
That's not my time.
And that's what we had, and it's now evolved to the Lego sets.
The Lego it was the Lego Mindstorms, which are now discontinued. Let me clarify.
We have the EV3s. The EV3s are discontinued.
EV3s are no longer available.
And now they've evolved into Spike Prime. So that's the new stuff. But now
we'll talk about that later, just a little bit, because I don't want to get flagged by Lego. But I hold my certain opinions.
Yes.
On a competition level. Right. Let me clarify. On an education level,
they're great tools. Great tools.
But on a competition level,
Right. But as the event has evolved and Rally in the Valley has evolved, the robots have been evolving, and we've been trying to evolve with them. Now we're going to start doing VEX this year, right?
Yes, very exciting. We're going to be actually doing this our first year. And I guess I should mention at this point, this is our first year as a nonprofit, a true nonprofit. We have everything now we are a legitimate nonprofit, and you can help out. You can donate.
Yeah,
jump on our webpage. Jump on the webpage, check it all out. But with that being said, it's also our first year releasing acceptance to VEX IQ.
Right. And we created a game. Custom game has been made for VEX IQ, and every year we have new games for the EV3s and the Spike Prime. So all of that stuff is going to evolve too.
And some exciting stuff will be coming in the future that we're hoping to do for younger grades. So we don't want to get too much into that because we got to have some content for other podcasts.
We're going to tease you a little bit.
But know that Rev's goal is to constantly evolve and be with the current times and try to get as many kids involved in robotics as possible.
Yeah, and when this started too, it was more so about getting students in schools that were underfunded and couldn't get to the bigger competitions that are around the nation. So that's why this kind of got started too.
Right, aka affordable.
Affordable.
Especially if we have great donations.
Right.
It's one of those things that, yes, we are luckily and fortunate enough to be able to run an affordable rate competition where other competitions are a little bit more difficult to get into simply because of cost.
Yeah. That was the main goal in doing the project, was about having more students have access and be able to compete, and the schools only paid for their school, not per team. Exactly. And that's the whole thing behind this nonprofit.
And thank God for that.
Yes, because we're able to get actually more students to be able to participate where other competitions only send one team. Where we can have up to 10
teams are accepted.
Yeah, 10 teams, and they can decide what event they want to do. And we'll get more into those events. But we have 6 events this year, right?
6 events. Super excited about it. I think those of you that are participating in the events, you'll see. If you're not participating, but you'd like to check it out, it is open to the public, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
So May 18th is the event at the Fenton STEM Academy Schools. And we'll pop up the address here on the YouTube video version of this so you guys can check it out.
And if not, remember, go to the website.
And if not, once again, not to be a plug, can't say that word, but a plug person to just say, yeah, go to the website, visit the website. The website has everything you need to know. And like I said, if you even want to help out, you hear of us.
Right.
We're always looking for volunteers. We're always looking for ways to make the experience better for the kids in the schools that are participating.
Right. The sponsorships help out a lot. We've had a few sponsors this year that really kicked us off. And without those...
With that being said, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'd like to do a special shout out to some of our sponsors.
Right.
I think Mauricio from Transit Systems.
Yes.
Which, if you've ever gone to the Hollywood Bowl, that's the bus to take, baby.
Yes, that's the bus to take.
Easy parking and great service.
Right.
All in one.
Right.
And I think it's included, right? There's no cost.
Oh, no. It's super economical. I think it's $6 just to get a ticket to and from.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, from a parking lot to and from.
$6. These days, $6 can't get you even a soda pop. That is awesome. The money you're going to save in gas alone.
Right.
And stress. Forget the gas. Let's talk stress.
Right. But also the other one is the big one. We have to thank Fenton Academies, man.
Fenton Academies.
They're the ones that actually let us have the facilities.
Hosting us, and I'd like to mention not only hosting us, but going above and beyond and treating us like royalty.
Right. And
with that kind of service, I mean, honestly, we're just grateful to have them in our Rolodex of contacts.
Right.
Which nobody knows what that is, but it's okay.
Old school.
I went old school.
Yeah, you did. But I mean, the fact that we're actually having a school that's opened their doors to let us be in there and gave pretty much free run of the whole facility was amazing.
Everything. Walkies provided, sound system provided, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, the administrators even said if you need anything, we'll purchase it for you.
And what the other thing too,
that's unheard of, people.
Right, but I mean the fact that they staffed it on a Saturday for us with custodial staff
didn't charge us a dime. And Unbelievable.
So that's one of our biggest things, having the community help us out just to get this
just going
just
off the ground. Yeah. And if schools are interested in having us, that is what we specialize in. We'd love to go out, see your campus. And we'll try to accommodate and host at an event at your school. Right. It not only highlights the school, but it allows the kids an opportunity in that neighborhood to really check out the school and get involved in robotics.
So we got transit, we got
Fenton. We can't forget. Oh, my goodness.
You gotta talk about it.
All right. So this year we have been fortunate enough to be blessed, and there's no other way to put it.
There's no other way.
With a 3D printing guru. And he's going to hate me for saying it,
right?
But I'm definitely going to put him on blast. Brian, who is our 3D printing person for all of our items, all of the things that are trophies, medals for the students. And this is just a little demo of what he makes. Thank you, Alejandro. I mean, check this out. And this was a little side project I put him on. This was nothing to do with Red. This is just because I'm a huge Pokemon fan. So shout out to all my Pokemon fans out there. He 3D printed this model, full scale, insane details of course, Pikachu and Squirtle playing Game Boy. And just the fact that he has helped us and donated his time, filament, all the things that he has put in for Rally in the Valley, that the kids are getting custom trophies for their schools. And this takes me, if you're watching this on YouTube, look at the screen, put in the comments. If you see, we have a little mini version prototype of the trophy somewhere in the background. There's a little Easter egg in there. If you find it and and you point out where it is and you text in the, not text, oh
make a comment, man.
Make a comment. I'm sorry, dude. I'm still thinking Instagram. Make a comment. Make a comment on the YouTube video of where it is. We'll do a shout out to you in the next podcast.
Yeah.
So,
But talk about Brian. I mean, what?
I mean, Brian is starting his company. It's called 3D Create. It's on Etsy. He does tons of 3D printing things. We'll also put his website up and all that in the YouTube video. You'll see that information so you can reach out. He makes custom lightsabers. Dude, he is just like next level 3D printing guru. and we're so lucky to have him.
Yeah, and I just appreciate the fact that he saw what RIV does, what RIV does, and we're able to just. He jumped in without any questions. Like, I'm in. I'm gonna make your trophies for you. 100%. I'm gonna do this for you guys. This is what I'm gonna do.
We gotta have him as a guest on here.
Okay,
We gotta have him as a guest. So there's gonna be one where we come on, we bring Brian on, and then he can tell you more about what he does.
Talk some shop.
And just
on that.
kind of we'll do a 3D printing podcast today. We'll talk about 3D printing and technology and how it's being used in robotics as well. And I think that Brian will be able to give a lot of input on that.
Yeah, because I mean,
as a hobbyist.
Yeah, as a hobbyist. This is not his full-time job.
This is not his job. This is his hobby that he has dedicated hours to Rally in the Valley for, and we appreciate him for that. We want to make sure that he knows that.
And that's how we keep this going. It's just by the people
community
outreach.
The community. It's honestly, this is a project that started and is continuing to be and show the power of just a project of love. And how the community and people coming together can make something amazing happen.
Right, just through robots.
And through the interest in just education and robotics and technology.
STEM education.
STEM education. I think that's...
Well, let's see.
What...
Oh, yeah. What
did I miss? What did I miss?
Oh, wait. Oh, man. One of our newest ones. Premier America Bank.
Oh my goodness! Special shout out to Premier America Bank, specifically Patrick for being awesome. And they actually are one of our big donors, and I almost goofed, so I apologize now. Premier America.
I love that Jennifer was in the back saying, "Hey, can't forget about these guys." Yeah,
showing
you're right.
the money. Premier America is an amazing bank to work with. They pretty much got us off the ground, started. We use them for all our accounting needs.
Yeah, we're using them for our account right now.
They donated all the volunteer gear, which is a little Easter egg. Volunteers don't know that yet, so anybody listening in today, the volunteer gear was donated by Premier America.
Right.
And done by them. And we appreciate that. We appreciate them for coming on board and just supporting us. Be sure to follow them on Instagram. There's a few photos of us in there if you want to see who we are and you're not watching it on YouTube.
Yeah, and then the hat that John's wearing right now, that's some swag that he has going on. That was created by one of my godfather on the side because he sees, again, the outreach to help out with the community, and he donated the hats to us so we can actually sell at the event.
Here, so we'll have, and this hat unfortunately will not be available anymore. It was a sneak drop at the first event that we did this year, which was, when was the event exactly?
February 3rd.
February 3rd was our kind of scrimmage.
Yeah.
So, but at the main event, if you look on the table, if you're here watching on YouTube, this hat will be available. At the main event, the square hat versus the circular hat, because these were sold as exclusives for people that showed up to the event, and there was only 5 of them.
And this one, we're only gonna have so many also, so you're gonna need to get there and
So if you're interested in getting a hat and you like that style, definitely that will be available there.
And we're gonna have a few other things.
And there's gonna be lots of cool swag. Brian will be raffling off a really nice 3D printer.
Right.
I think the tickets will be $5.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
$5.
We'll keep everybody posted.
We'll keep everybody posted, but I think $5 is the price, and it's a really nice. It's an Ender 3. I think
an Ender 3 here saying.
For my 3D printer heads out there.
Yeah.
It was definitely it's an Ender 3 that will be raffled off at the event. So maybe even if you're not going to participate in the event, but you want to check it out, get your chance at raffling, get yourself.
And the bank will be there too. Premier's going to be helping out students open up student accounts there for that day too. So I mean, again, it's just going back full circle where this is what RIV is all about: having the community come together to help the kids to get started. The bank's going to help kids get their own first bank account, and they're going to put money into their account.
That's what I was going to say. I think there's some sort of perk for
opening
opening
up
up their first account. $50 or something? Don't quote me.
Yeah. So
don't ever quote me.
But he's saying that he's going to help out to get some kids started on their own account so they can do that. So so the bank's helping out. I mean, we have TSUI, that's Transit Systems. They're helping out. They're actually going to help out if you need a bus.
Wow.
Reach out to them and see what they can do on a discount for you guys.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, get a bus. If you need a bus, reach out to Transit Systems Unlimited Inc. and see what they can do for you.
Get a bus.
We got the bank that's going to be there. We're going to have our swag. And even, wait a minute,
you know what? I'd like to do a special shout out.
You better do it.
And I'm partial because, yes, I got my dog from him. He's awesome. So, And if you were on our Instagram, you'll notice that's Mabel there. I'll do a little shout out, a little plug for my dog. She's on our Instagram, which everyone should tag into because there will be giveaways on our Instagram coming soon.
Yeah, RIV.robotics.
Yep, there you go. Sal, right?
Sal from Farmhouse Graphics.
Farmhouse Graphics, thank you for what you've done and what you continue to do for us. He will be there live screen printing limited tees at the event. So there will be tees that are being screen printed live at the event. If you want to get those limited tees, and tons of merch is going to be coming out. We're really excited. We like the merch.
Yeah, we're doing some soft stuff this time, just to kind of get an idea of what people like and what they don't like.
Get on it early because it's going to run out. We don't have a lot. It's all limited numbers. But be sure that you check it out because it's going to be super sick.
Yeah, and then, John's being modest here. A lot of the logos that you see that's going to be coming out, John's been creating them on his own. So shout out to John. And then on top of that, come on, we got Jennifer. Come on. Jennifer is the one who gets the idea.
The team would not be glued together if it wasn't for Jen in the back.
She's always, making sure we're put together every meeting,
I mean, honestly, at one point, we're going to call it two guys and a girl.
Yeah, two guys pretty much,
Because we were just keeping it organized and just keeping us together, making sure we're always on top of it. So special shout out to Jen. Thank you for always doing that. And yeah, we're here. We're the RIV team, and we're looking forward to continuing to podcast with everybody.
Right, and then we got to make sure, you guys got to come out May 18th. May 18th, 2024. Fenton Academies on Sunland Boulevard. We're going to be there from 8 o'clock to about 1 o'clock. Okay, so 8 o'clock to about 1 o'clock. Come check it out. You don't need to compete. You can come check us out if you're looking into helping out the community. We're always looking for sponsors. Always looking for donations. Even if it's just donating your time for that day, that'll be greatly appreciated. Yep. So, but you can also check out the website.
There's perks.
Yeah, check out the website. You can
gear
also
system,
sign up.
We call it the gear system. Check out what tier gear you can be if you want to be a donator or donor. You can join our gear system and then get recognized.
Yeah, but again, it just comes back to just keeping this thing going. There's bigger robotics competitions out there, but I think ours is unique.
We might be small, but we sure are mighty.
Yes, and I think ours is unique too because again, we're trying to help out as many kids and many schools to just get a chance. Get a chance. Pretty much a fair chance.
And not only do we want to help out schools, we want to help out future coaches. We want to be available as a company, as RIV, for coaches to reach out and say, hey man, I'm lost. Guide me.
Yep.
Kind of like I showed up at Oscar's classroom doorstep. Like, hey man, I was cocky. Here I am. Now I have to show face. Yeah. So,
and here he is still. He's still doing this now.
That you just, it's a team effort and it's a community effort.
Right.
And here we are representing the Valley.
Right. And that's what we all came down to. So if you guys get out there, that'll be great. And I don't know, John. Should we?
That's it, man.
Let's call it a wrap.
Let's call it a wrap. It was a good.
Okay, I think.
All right, thank you guys for tuning in. Next time.
Yeah, thanks.
Once a month.
Yeah, we're gonna try. No promises, but once a month we gotta hit that. Okay.
Once a month is our goal.
All right.
All right, guys. Thank you. Have a great one.